Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and we've got some TTS action for you today. One of our pilots hasn't been able to get into the store recently and was desperate to get some ships even onto the virtual table. So Ben is joining us on the table and he's coming up against Steve, and we have a bad guy versus bad guy situation here, looking to see whether it's the Empire or the First Order who have the superiority with not just their ships, but also their pilots. So the mission today is assault at the satellite array, so it's area control, and a little bit of an advantage for Ben here. He does have a medium-based ship, but let's run through those lists. On the left-hand side for the Empire, we have Soontir Fel in the TIE Interceptor. This is the Battle over Endor version, so Apex Predator, no escape, blank signature, and feedback emitter. We got Flight Leader Ubbel in the TIE Heavy, or Brute, with disciplined, sync laser cannons and target assist MGK 300. Bit of a hit to his loadout, unfortunately. Can't take a lot on there, but sync lasers and target assist is a good combo. We've got Maarek Stele in the TIE Advance with Swarm Tactics and Ruthless. Swarm Tactics is going to be really handy to boost either the bomber or TIE fighter. And that bomber is Scimitar 1, also from the Battle over Endor, with Marksmanship, no escape, Proton Torpedoes and ion bombs. And last but certainly not least, we have Magna Tolvan in the TIE Fighter with Squad Leader and ion cannons. A great addition to the Empire TIE Fighters that came with the Pride of Mandalore pack, if I remember rightly. Nope, Hot Shots and Aces 2, sorry. Hot Shots and Aces 2, that came in. A really cool card. I do like Magna. Giving a cannon to the TIE Fighter, just hilariously cool. Where they fit it, I don't know. I actually, I think that they probably stick the hand out the top and shoot it with an ion blaster. But on the other side, Steve is running the First Order, and he has got Quickdraw with Fanatical Predator, Pattern Analyzer, Special Forces Gunner, and the Fire Control System, paired up with Captain Phasma with Fanatical Fire Control, Pattern Analyzer, and Special Forces Gunner. We've got Ember in the TIE Baron with Fanatical, Marksmanship, and Cluster Missiles. DT-798 is in the TIE FO with Fanatical and Fire Control System, and bringing all of the upgrades, we have Commander Malorus with Marksmanship, Predator, Fire Control System, Cluster Missiles, Advanced Optics, and the Munitions Failsafe. So, two very fun lists here. Ships we don't see very often with the TIE Brute and the TIE Baron, so it'll be nice to see how they get on. And in fact, we've got the Baron and Soontir both up at the top of the board, maybe looking to have a bit of a duel of it there, which will be quite interesting to see. But a nice mix of ships, different abilities, different things that they're going for. It'll be interesting to see how they synergize really well together. As we said, Swarm Tactics on Maarek Stele, that could be key, with most of Steve's list only being I4. The potential for pilot skill kills here is going to be quite high, because you could end up having 4 ships shooting before any of those I4s and deleting them off the board. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Now, whilst they are doing the tentative first turn, let's have a look at some of those pilot abilities, which are going to be quite good to see. So we all know Quickdraw. If you've played First Order, you've seen Quickdraw. So after she loses a shield, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, you may perform a bonus primary attack. Always good, always fun there. Many ways of triggering that on her, but also with her little squad mate there, Captain Phasma, is a great combo. So if you are ever seeing these two together, be wary. Phasma, while you defend, after the neutralize result step, another friendly ship at range 0 to 1 must suffer 1 hit or crit damage to cancel 1 matching result. So Phasma looking to, in a sense, trigger Quickdraw's ability. So if you ever come up against 2 SFs and it's Quickdraw and Phasma, that's more than likely what they are looking to do there. So you've got to be careful of that. Now, Commander Maarek is again another really cool ship. At the start of the engagement phase, you may spend 1 charge and gain 1 stress token. If you do, until the end of the round, while you defend or perform an attack, you may change all of your focus results to evades or hit results. That is fantastic. You only get 2 charges, they're not recurring, so you do have to be a bit careful, but that is so good if you have, for instance, cluster missiles, fire control system, advanced optics, so many different things there that are just going to allow you to be really efficient with that, especially cluster missiles. You've got that target lock on the first, and you've got basically the autofocus. But how often do you have that second cluster missile shot that doesn't have any way to mod it? There we go. Maarek is a really good shout for that. Now, if we have a look at the Empire, as you said, we've got the Battle over Endor, Soontir Fel. So this is an interesting build. I really like it. I really like this standard loadout card. It's got quite a high ceiling. It's trickier to use than the normal Soontir Fel, at least when he had a good loadout. But after you perform an attack, you may spend 1 charge and gain 1 deplete token to boost or barrel roll. So he can do a hit and fade. Now, the cool thing about this is it's not a boost or barrel roll action, so I do believe that even if you've boosted or barrel rolled that turn, you can still trigger this. So because it's not a barrel roll or boost action, I believe you can trigger that, but even still, if you haven't boosted or barrel rolled, you can get in there, get that really nice range 1 shot, and then barrel roll away. So hit and fade is so good there. And he's obviously got those interesting, unique upgrades to him. So Apex Predator, while you perform a primary attack, if the defender's initiative is lower than yours, you may reroll 1 attack die. Soontir's initiative 6. Only 1 ship on the board matches that, so that would be live most of the time. You've got Blank Signature. So while you're defending, if you're not locked by the attack, you may spend 1 charge to change 1 focus result to an evade. Again, another brilliant ability there. And that's a recurring charge. And you've also got the feedback emitter. So after an object acquires a lock on you, you may spend 1 charge to jam that object, ignoring the range restrictions. Gets rid of the lock. You can get rid of that lock and you can jam them as well. Really, really good fun there. Ooh, but looks like Ubbel is getting right into the action there. This could be quite dangerous. Need to see where Quickdraw is going to end up. But we had a chat with Steve and he said that Ubbel was one that he wanted to get down quite quick because whilst he's not a lot of points, he's a big, bulky ship and can basically capture those objectives by being a medium-based ship and counting as 2 when it comes to looking at contesting a objective there. So Ubbel definitely a key one to take on. And there we go, we have 4 of the First Order ships all coming swooping right in there, looking like Ubbel is going to be the main target of this offensive here. Ember cutting in quite quickly to get around the side of the main bulk of the Empire down here. Can Soontir actually keep shots on here? So yes, we do have potential shots on. Will he go in for the range 1? We did do the red barrel roll in the system phase, which is another thing that I feel makes Soontir a bit tricky, is that you don't have the double reposition after moving. It's in the system phase you can do the red boost or barrel roll, so it makes it a bit tricky. But there we go. Looks like probably got range 1 in on Ember there. Apex Predator will be live, so that is going to be quite good. And technically No Escape is also live, but Steve has initiative, so it's going to be Quickdraw going first, and that does look like it's going to be going into Ubbel there. Predator will be live, and because the Special Forces Gunner, the arc is in the front, so you're going to get that bonus red dice. So either Predator or Fire Control to reroll that. Still coming up as a focus, but that's still 2. Reinforce is in the rear, in the front there of Ubbel. Oh, just misses out on the range 1 there due to the angle. That, yep, you can see Ben's cursor there, cursing the little bit of missed range 1 there. Now, the deplete from Ember's ability. That's a pretty good roll. Hit double crit, so a blank out here would be quite devastating. Gets the 1 evade that he needs, so that will be shields down on Ember, but more importantly, not taking a crit yet. So, good start. Deplete, whilst it is good to... Well, the strain, sorry. Whilst it's good to obviously get those boosted barrels with that strain, can leave you a bit low on green dice. Unfortunately, wasn't a range 1, but we're moving down to Maarek, who looks like he has flipped a charge, and is also flipping a cluster missile as well. Yeah, cluster missile with the lock. Red dice a little bit cold, but definitely spending that lock there. Oh, that is unfortunate, especially having flipped Maarek's charge. Any paint would have been good, but going to be taking 1 there. With Reinforce, you have to take 1, but it can essentially, if there were 2 there, it would have cancelled 1. So it can't cancel all damage, but it can cancel 1. But the second cluster missile shot is going to be going into Maarek there. So one of those few times where it's actually in range and arc. And that's a much better shot. So 2 hits there, but more evades. Can Maarek's focus be spent here? Ooh, gonna have to spend that focus to only take 1. So good to strip that focus off of Maarek, so it's going to make his attack less effective, and he was coordinated by Magna Tolvan there. So Magna Tolvan with the squad leader. While you coordinate, the ship you choose can perform an action only if that action is also on your action bar. So coordinated the focus onto Maarek. That allowed Maarek to get that target lock in. Oh, he wishes he had that focus right now. And that's actually gone into... That actually went into Quickdraw, and the target lock was on Phasma, so unfortunate there. But Ubbel is now coming in with the synced laser. Doesn't get the target assist because it does have the reinforce. And plenty of evades there. I believe it was Scimitar 1 that was the beneficiary of swarm tactics from Maarek. And we are going in with, I believe, a Proton Torpedo here. Forward Ice Proton Torpedo have the lock. Thank goodness we have the lock there, otherwise that would have been very disappointing. Much better roll, got the lock, got the focus. That is going to be 2 crits and a hit. That's going into Quickdraw. Quickdraw needs to have... So that is an evade, so that is going to be 2 shields down on Quickdraw. Quickdraw will get a bonus shot though. The idea with Quickdraw, if you can strip all shields off in one round, nullifying the multiple bonus shots you can get is always ideal. Ooh, is that crit damage going in onto Ubbel there? And it is the disabled power regulator. Fortunately, Ubbel is already gone, so Ubbel now going to actually get his bonus shot. So after a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 defends, if it was not a damage card, you may perform a bonus attack against the attacker. So that's going back into Quickdraw there. It's unfortunate because that is now all of Quickdraw's shields spent. So no opportunity now for Quickdraw to double tap anymore, which is always disappointing. Ooh, not a bad shot from DT798 there. Taking the strain to get an additional red dice. Fire control system hit, double hit, crit. So just the 1 damage going through onto Ubbel there because of the reinforce. But it is the crit, which is actually a direct hit. So even though it's only 1 going through, still getting the 2 damage on there. So that is Ubbel down to half health. Obviously no half points in this because it is assault at the satellite array. But there is a lot of shooting still to go. We've still got Ember and we still got Magna. Ember just sneaking a range 3 into that bomber there. Not a great roll. So 1 in on the bomber. So Scimitar 1 has the ability, after a friendly ship at range 3 performs an attack, you may spend 1 charge to acquire a lock on the defender. So a lot of benefits for your ships activating within this Empire list, making them quite efficient, which is quite nice. But at the end of that, it is just 1 point for each pilot. The Empire is solidly holding that bottom left, First Order of the bottom right, and the 2 Interceptors are both contesting that top objective. And Quickdraw just out of range of the central objective, so 1 point each at the moment. So currently sat on a tied game, but there looks to be a lot of action about to happen right there in the middle. So we'll see who can actually get their ships into the key positions to take advantage there. Magna looking like trying to anticipate where Ember is likely to be. While Scimitar 1 is just saying, I'm coming right for you. I still have a Proton Torpedo. And if you think, once the Proton Torpedoes are done, I have the ion bombs to come for you after. As you said, Magna once again coordinating Maarek still a focus with squad leader, and with her abilities, while you have 2 or fewer stress tokens, you can perform a white actions even while stressed. After you get a stress token, you may perform a white action if able, which is quite nice. So she's able to do the coordinate and then do a focus herself, or even a barrel roll or an evade. There's a decent amount of loadout there as well on that ship, 10 points, allowing for squad leader and the ion cannon. I quite like chucking the heavy laser cannon on Magna, but the bullseye can make that tricky. But if you get it, a TIE fighter pumping out 4 dice shots is always good fun. Oh, I tell you, it looks like it's going to get very congested there in the middle. DT798 has come right around. Malaris doesn't look like it's got a lot of space, and neither does Ubbel. And the initiative is on Steve's side of the board this time. So if Malaris can jump in front of Ubbel, causing a block, there'll be no actions there. lovely position there from Ember. Taking the target lock and deplete, most likely to get a cheeky barrel roll across, yes. Putting in a really nice position there, getting out of Magna's arc and keeping it range 1. Gotta be careful though, Scimitar 1 does have ion bombs, and it would be very unlikely that they're not going to be dropped next turn. But that is a bump from Malorus. And typically taking damage there from the bump as well. Obviously missed the days when bumping didn't cause damage to you, but there is advantages now that if you do bump into an opponent, you still get the chance to focus. Ooh, big move there from Ubbel. Doesn't quite land it. There is that stressful focus. But he is lined up to take a lot of hurt there. Obviously with that disabled power regulator, he will get another ion. Ooh, lovely. Just the one for him from Quickdraw. Soontir Fel not looking to follow through around into Ember there. Bit of a tricky position. The gas cloud could make it difficult, but there is bigger fish to fry with Quickdraw and Phasma down at that big melee in the middle. They are much better points offering. Maarek just checking for swarm tactics, but we go into Quickdraw. It's a range 1 shot. The arc is in the front, so no double tapping, but got the focus, spending that for 4 hits into Ubbel. That is gonna be painful. Needs paint, gets paint up with 1. But Steve's okay, he's got Phasma there still, he's still got DT798, he's still got Malorus in the position to shoot. Obviously with DT and Malorus, they do have other options, and we've got range 3, and I believe that's Bullseye for Soontir. Not that Bullseye makes any difference with this version of Soontir. Also, Apex Predator will not be live, as both ships are Initiative 6, so Soontir has decided, does he go for Quickdraw without any mods, or does he go for Phasma? Oh, regardless, that is a great roll there. Hit double crit, and that is going to be a crit going through. I think he actually went for Phasma, which means that that crit is going to be going through. Onto Quickdraw. but big question here. Maarek does have range 1 onto Ubbel. Does he go for that, or does he go for Scimitar 1? Because still 2 other shots that can go into Ubbel, and if you look at Phasma, Phasma doesn't have anything else. So it looks like Maarek is going to be going into Scimitar 1. I think that's the right option. You don't need to use Maarek into Ubbel, because then it just leaves Phasma with nothing to do that turn. So good shout. I think the right choice, moving Maarek elsewhere. Because Ubbel will still get to shoot because they're the same initiative as well. So it's not like taking out Ubbel will stop a shot into Phasma. It looks like it was just on the cusp of range 2 there as well. Just the crit going towards Scimitar 1. Plenty of evades there. So Scimitar able to laugh that one off. And here does come the shot from Ubbel. Now I'm going to retroactively get Ubbel's... Oh, sorry, Scimitar 1's lock from another ship shooting. Sorry, is Scimitar 1 going before Ubbel here? And that is a crit that needs to be passed around. Do not want that to be passed over to Quickdraw now, as Quickdraw only has 1 left. So that is... Going to check for the range 1 just to be 100% sure. Going to be going on to DT798 as he still has a shield, so that crit does not give a face-up damage card there. Looks like we're saving Ubbel for the last. Could this be the end of Quickdraw here? Range 1 from Maarek Stele with a focus. Oh, only 1 hit. Couple evaded there, which is nice. That's the disable power regulator ionization onto Ubbel, meaning all of those locks are going to go. No, there we go. That is Quickdraw down there, in fact. Big piece off the board, but the double tapping is out of the way. Soontir's Apex Predator is now fully live, and that is a big 5 points scored for Ben. Still got 2 ships that can shoot into Ubbel, so anticipate Ubbel will still go down. but it is the chance for Ember to see what he can do. Not a lot. But there we go, that's the target lock. 2 hits and a crit. Magna's efficiency with actions has the focus, which means no damage there. That would have been quite nice because that would have been a crit through onto Magna. And it looks like that was actually cluster missiles from Ember as well, and the remaining cluster missiles. Not a huge amount to talk about there from that, but we are going to see if Ubbel will go down now. And with a roll like that, Ubbel is definitely out of this fight now. So 4 points scored for Steve there, bringing it 6-5. The big piece off the board there for Ben as well now. Again, very good for scoring and just generally getting in the way there. That looks like... And now we've got Scimitar 1. So Scimitar 1 was not the beneficiary of Swarm attacks. I think might have been just out of that range 1 bubble. So final shot for Scimitar 1 into Phasma. No ability to mod that, so evaded. So looking at scoring, it is going to be a point for each. The Empire are just out of range of that bottom left-hand one, but 1 each, keeping it 7 points to 6 in the Empire's favour at this point. Clearly their practice is paying dividends at this stage. But we're just about to go into turn 4, and before we do so, just want to remind you guys, if you do like what we're doing here at Art of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon. The link for that is in the description below. We are very much in the midst of about to start recording Flight Academy, so you will get some behind the scenes info of the first look at the lists for Flight Academy and some pictures from the Flight Academy nights that are starting from the 5th of March. So if you want to see the first look of those lists for Flight Academy, Patreon is the place to be. We also have some other upcoming bits of what we've got coming up in the next couple of months on the channel. Looking forward to what we've got coming up. It's going to be an exciting time, but Patreon is the place to see all of that. And there's that ion bomb that we talked about. That's going to be tricky. Couple of ships got to be wary there. Obviously, Ember is not exactly in a great position to avoid that. Has the ability to avoid it, but it will take Ember a little bit out of the fight there. And even DT and Malorus have got to be careful of where they position themselves. Nice move there from Magna, avoiding that obstacle, pretty much guaranteeing that that central objective will be the Empire's this turn, but also getting the focus for Scimitar 1 there. There we go. So K-turn from Scimitar 1. Good use of the focus there. Evade for Magna, just looking to stay alive. 1 hard from Ember. doing a barrel roll and then taking that strain to get a boost around. So definitely wanting to avoid that bomb, but also leave Ember in a position that they'll be able to actually get back in the fight in reasonably good time. All lovely little just forward move there from DT, getting himself into a nice position there to get a flanking shot on Scimitar or Magna. Does that leave enough space for Malorus? Phasma just having to bug out a little bit there. Is Phasma far enough away from the ion bomb there? That is the question. Will she need to reposition? Now, it's a really cool action bar on the SFs as well. Basically, any action they've got, it's white and they can link it into a rotate. So it looks like we've got a barrel roll. Don't think we're seeing a rotate there, so it could just be a barrel roll. Probably look at it thinking not much is actually going to be behind there. And Malorus does avoid the bump there, which is going to be tricky for the Empire now, because that's a couple of ships right there in the flank. Scimitar 1 could be in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, and the lock going on to Maarek Stele there? No. There we go. Moving back to Scimitar. Marek's not moved, so putting that lock onto Maarek would have been a bit silly. So that lock is actually on Scimitar 1. That's not a great position for Maarek Stele there. If it was a question as to whether Phasma was at range one of the ion bomb, I think that's a certainty there for Maarek, that he's going to be range one of that ion bomb there. But Maarek is looking for that lock. Oh, if he is at range one of that ion bomb there, that is going to be very unfortunate, because that lock is going to be a wasted action there. But here comes the Baron. Soontir coming in to inspect what the rest of his squadron have been up to and just try and show them how it's done. But let's have a look at this ion bomb. Does it catch? It does catch Maarek Stele. Phasma would have been fine. So that is Maarek Stele ionized, which means he's going to lose that lock that he's just taken on Ember. So no additional dice for Advanced Targets Computer, no rerolls. That, unfortunate. Possibly a barrel roll to the left and down might have actually got him away from that. And barrel roll is something that, I mean, he could have done a barrel, he could have done a focus into red barrel roll. Would have put him closer to DT798, but DT798's already got range 1. But here comes Soontir Fel, range 2 into DT798. Ooh. Apex Predator reroll, still into a blank. But spending the focus, that is 2 hits onto DT. And 2 evades. So we're not going to have any shots from Maarek Stele, no shots from Magna, but Malorus is going to be going into Scimitar 1. Both of Maarek charges went. Good job, Maarek took a lock there. That was only slightly better, but nothing he can do with that. That Maarek advance. Advance optics or Maarek charge there? Not making much of a difference there. That would be... Must have been Maarek charge there that was doing that. But long run, no damage onto Scimitar there. And also nothing from DT as well. Very nice range one shot there for Scimitar into 798. Oh, that is a really good shot. Ooh, crit into the FO there. Taking the whole deck with me. But Steve's grabbed... I mean, how many times have we played TTS and grabbed the entire deck? But Steve flipping it, and he gets a console fire. Ooh, who needs mods there as well? 2 hits from Maarek, got the deplete, so... Ooh. Still taking the damage. No, Fanatical does not work like that. Fanatical is only on the attacks, so... Ember is down to 1 at this point. And does DT take console fire damage? No, he does not. So this is the range 1 into Scimitar 1. Now is the time to take a strain to get an additional dice. Yep, there's the strain. So 4 dice shot into Scimitar 1. We've got the focus. Oh, that's brilliant. That is exactly what you want to see. And even with Fanatical, that's 2 hits, 2 crits. Spending the focus, that is still hit double crit going into Scimitar 1. Really unfortunate crits here, could take him out. So the crits are damage sensor array and structural damage. Only focuses there for Scimitar 1 and 1 less evade. That's going to be real tricky there. But again, scoring, it's still only 1 point apiece in the objective scoring there. So a very low objective scoring game. Steve has managed 3 points each on objectives so far. Normally, with 5 objectives out there, you would expect higher scoring there, but just isn't to be this time. What it comes down to is the ships killed Ben has got more points for Quickdraw than Steve did for Ubbel. But turn 5. Bump there for Scimitar 1. Ben, unfortunately, making the slightly classic error of, well, it looks similar to the TIE Advance, and that is another damage on Scimitar 1. He is 1 away from going down now. And I was thinking it was a bit surprising he hadn't dropped the ion bomb, but then I've just seen where Magna has ended up, and also Soontir being right there behind with no clear lines to get out. Dropping an ion bomb there would have been quite tricky, but that's a great K-turn from DT over the top. Magna coming in for the fight, DT going, no, thank you very much. And Quickdraw just looking to see, Phasma looking to see if she can head off or catch this Maarek steal. Maarek obviously having to do the ion move, which does mean going to be right in front of Phasma. I'd anticipate due to the placement of that obstacle, we wouldn't see an ion bank left. It'll either be straight or bank right, but more likely straight to see if he can keep Ember in that arc. But it does leave Phasma in a bit of an awkward position next turn. Going to be tough to clear that obstacle and potentially keep Maarek in arc if Maarek decides to go quite quick next turn. Just under 11 minutes left of this game as well, and it is still so very close at the moment. Again, 8 points to 7 in Ben's favour. One slip up here and it could go either way. You see Ember and Scimitar 1 both on 1 health. DT is down to 2. It's only Magna, Soontir and Phasma who haven't taken any damage at this stage. What is Ember going to do here? Barrel rolling across? And getting a target lock by the look of it. Is that going to be onto Maarek? It is onto Maarek. I think that's the right choice. I think looking at it, DT is more than likely going to be going into Scimitar. But need to see where Maarek is going to end up, because Maarek could be coming in with a good shot. But that has lined up yeah. Oh, that did not bump into Scimitar 1. So maybe we're actually going to get Maarek into Scimitar and DT into the back of Magna. Or is DT there ready to mop up should Maarek not take out Scimitar? Again, always good to look at what your options are when it comes to shooting. Who has what shots? If you're taking out a ship, is it going to stop another one of your ships actually having the ability to shoot anything this turn as well. It's always a very good thing to try and consider when you are lining your shots up. But that's a bump from Soontir. That is good. No damage though, because that bump was into Magna, but no focuses there. However, Soontir does have a couple of options there. Looks like Scimitar has been swarmed. So it's going to be Soontir followed by Maarek and Scimitar to shoot first. Soontir range 1 into Maarek. This could take Maarek out or at least strip that focus token. Apex Predator is live here. Not that he needs it, that's all 4 hits. That is probably the hottest roll we've had all evening. Take 2 and save the focus, or take 1. No, spending the focus, only taking 1, probably the best option. Magna still has a shot there which could take Maarek out. But we've got a range 2 shot from Maarek into Ember. Ember rolling too many dice there. That is a great roll there from Maarek, getting 2, but Ember's going to have to re-roll that because he rolled too many. Got the strain, and that is unfortunate because he had the evade slot when he did the first roll, but does not have the evades now. That is going to be Ember down. We said Ember was low. Gives Scimitar the option to go into Phasma. Gets the evade on Phasma, so still no damage on Phasma. So let's have a look. Maarek has range 1 with Predator and Marksmanship into Scimitar 1, who has only 1 evade dice. Missing that reroll for Predator there. That is unfortunate. This is what happens when you've got lots of dice. You need to make sure that you are... Lots of cards, you need to make sure you're reading what your cards actually do, because Predator reroll could have been big. That could have taken out Scimitar there. But we've got Phasma into Maarek. And the focus there to save Maarek still. That would have been good. But not reading the cards on Steve's behalf means that Predator was not used, which means that DT does have to go into Scimitar to try and finish him off. Console fire there does cause the damage onto DT, but he's still up. Fanatical coming in clutch there and dropping Scimitar, keeping those scores relatively even, 12 points to 11. But again, if Maarek had used Predator, Scimitar could already have been down, and then DT could have been having that shot into the back of Magna. As it is, Magna now has a great opportunity for a range 1 shot with a focus. into Maarek, so Maarek will not be going down this turn. Survives that shot with Trail Mix. Missed opportunity there, I feel, but going into turn 5, the score is widening. Nope, Stele says 13 to 12 there in Ben's favour. So still a 1-point deficit. Looks like they've got some dials down, so we will be getting a turn 6. Both pilots have lost 2 ships at this point, so still even on ships. The advantage definitely looks to be more in Ben's favour as his ships are untouched and healthier, whereas DT's got 1 and Maarek has only got 2, so could easily lose another ship this round, but this is going to decide who takes the title of best bad faction here. And by bad we obviously mean not good light side, best dark side faction, shall we say. So Magna accepting not going to be getting any shots this turn. Does Steve turn all in on Maarek Stele here? Or does he try some shenanigans to possibly look at getting Soontir off the board? Nope, looks like we're going all in on Maarek Stele, so DT swinging round. There is the focus. Quickdraw. Don't think Quickdraw is going to get a shot here, which is unfortunate. No room to barrel. Sorry, Phasma. I keep saying Quickdraw. Phasma not going to be getting a shot here, I don't think. No room to barrel roll up, and I can imagine that Maarek is going to be doing a K-turn. And there's the K-turn, so yeah, Phasma has no shot now, and Maarek has the advantage, can PS kill DT798. It's now up to where Soontir ends up. Does Soontir sloop to try and catch Maarek and get more of a clean sweep? Possible 7 points gained. But Maarek still had to move first, so Maarek moved up. We still could see, if DT stays up, Maarek DT combo could do quite well. But I will still say, impressive that Maarek has been able to avoid the bumps there. Ooh, Soontir turning away a little bit. But again, 2 opportunities onto DT798. If DT stays up, I will be very impressed right now. Range 1 from Soontir Fel with a focus and Apex Predator. Whoa, it's going to be tough. Ooh. Ooh, that hurts a little bit. No Escape is definitely not live. Gonna have to spend that focus. That's 2. It's enough. DT798 is down. That is big. Nothing that Steve can really do here is going to close that deficit. It's now down to whether it's going to be a 20-point win or just with the 16 here. Range 2 into Malorus. Malorus is not going to be able to take out Maarek Stele, so this victory is going to be going to Ben, and it all comes down to that last round. It has been so close the whole way through. 1 point in it from turn 3 onwards. Spending that focus. Let's see. Oh, Malorus down to 1. That was very close. So as I said, Malorus cannot take Maarek Stele out here. It would be the most... Well, I mean, it's just impossible. But we'll see what happens. Looking at objectives, looks like it's going to end 18 to 13, which that scoring is a little bit unfair on Steve there. He's done a really good job in keeping it so close. And even there, getting Maarek down to half right at the end there, keeping it tight. But 18 to 13 in Ben's favour at the end there. Getting DT798 down was definitely the clincher for that. Really good work from both pilots. Great to have them on the table. I mean, Soontir won, so I'm happy, but also it was lovely to see First Order on the table. So just want to say a big thanks to both players for that match. Fantastic match, very close the whole way through until the very end there. But guys, that is another matchup for you done. Thank you all so much for watching. Obviously, we've got plenty more content to come. Flight Academy is just around the corner. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.